Most people are not afraid of dying broke. They are afraid of living broke for decades with no way out. And right now, without knowing it, most of you are building exactly that future. One comfortable, completely reasonable decision at a time. Welcome. I'm CEO Failure, retirement planning specialist, architect of empty bank accounts. And today I'm going to walk you through my master plan for making sure that when you hit 70, you have absolutely nothing waiting for you except regret and a very optimistic relationship with your social security check. And we haven't even started yet. Follow CEO Failure right now, because if any part of that opening sentence made your stomach move, this video is already about you. Let's begin with the foundation of my entire strategy. Here is the number I need you to understand before this video goes any further. Time, not money. Time, because money can be earned again. Time can not. And the most powerful force in personal finance, compound interest, runs entirely on time. Every year you wait to start investing is not just 1 year lost. It is years of growth on growth on growth that will never exist. It evaporates silently. No alarm, no notification. No moment where the universe taps you on the shoulder. It just disappears, quietly, perfectly, and I love that for you. Someone who invests $200 a month starting at 25, with an average 7% annual return, will have over $500,000 by 65. Someone who starts the same investment at 35, same amount, same return, ends up with around $240,000. Same discipline, same sacrifice, 10 years difference. $260,000 of difference, gone, not lost. Never created. Because compound interest doesn't reward effort. It rewards time. And you've been spending yours on other things. What things? I'm glad you asked. I respect that about you. Your excuses are genuinely well constructed. Step 1 of my master plan, convince yourself that right now is not the right time to start. Jobbet dead you'll start when the dead's gone. You have low income. You'll start when you earn more. Jobberent you have a couple things. There is always a reason. And every reason feels completely legitimate in the moment. They just happen to be slowly destroying your future while you polish them. The perfect time to start never arrives. The debt doesn't disappear before the next debt appears. The income goes up and so does the lifestyle. The temporary situation extends. And the person who was going to start investing soon is now 42. Still planning, with a very complicated relationship with their future self. Do you have a plan for when you're 70? Not a dream. Not a vague intention. An actual number, an actual account, an actual monthly contribution that's happening right now. If you hesitated, and most of you did, tag someone who needs to have this conversation today. Not next month. Today. Now let me introduce you to someone. His name is Daniel. He's 44. Smart man. Works hard. Has always told himself he'll figure out retirement when things settle down. Things have not settled down. They don't. Daniel has a safroni tatiniver. Rolled over. Sitting somewhere doing approximately nothing. He has no active investment account. He has a vague plan involving selling his house someday, except he also has a mortgage with 19 years left on it. Daniel is not irresponsible. Daniel is the majority. Daniel did exactly what the culture around him normalized. Spend now. Figure out later. Assume something will work out. Daniel is going to be 65 in 21 years. 21 years sounds like a long time when you're 44. It is not a long time. And here is where I need you to feel something real for a second. The retirement crisis in this country is not a story about lazy people. It is a story about a system that made consumption easy, immediate, and emotional, and made investing feel complicated, distant, and optional. Your phone sends you notifications when there's a sale. Nobody sends you a notification when compound interest just worked in your favor. One feels urgent, one is invisible. And for 30 years you responded to what felt urgent while the invisible thing either built your future or didn't. Half of Americans over 55 have less than $50,000 saved for retirement, over 55, with 10 years or less until traditional retirement age. That's not a personal failure statistic. That's a systemic one. But the system will not be the one eating ramen at 72. You will. Is that uncomfortable? It will be. Now, let's talk about the second pillar of my master plan, Lifestyle inflation. You got a raise. Beautiful. My favorite moment. Because here is what happens next with remarkable consistency. The raise arrives, and within 6 months, sometimes 3, the expenses rise to meet it. Nicer apartment, better car, more dinners out, an upgraded everything. The income went up. The savings rate stayed the same, sometimes dropped, because now there's more to maintain, more to pay for, more that became normal. Lifestyle inflation is the silent retirement killer because it feels like reward. You worked hard, you earned more. You deserve better. That's not wrong. But there's a version of better that doesn't cost you your future. And most people never find it because nobody frames the choice that clearly. Nobody says, you just got a $300 a month raise. And if you invest $200 of it right now, before you adjust your lifestyle to expect it, in 30 years that decision alone is worth over $200,000. Nobody says that. The car dealership calls, the apartment listings refresh, and the raise disappears into a nicer version of the same paycheck-to-paycheck cycle, just with better furniture. Here's a question that will divide this comment section completely. Is it selfish to prioritize your retirement savings over helping family members who need money now? I want to see your answer. Because some of you have been quietly draining your financial future to support people who are not building theirs. And that conversation makes everyone uncomfortable. But it is costing some of you everything. Now, the climax, the moment I've been building toward. Imagine yourself at 70. Not in a vague cinematic way. Specifically, physically, you are 70. Your body works differently than it does now. Working 40 hours a week is no longer an option for everyone. Some people can, many people cannot. Your options at that point are determined entirely by decisions you made between the ages of 25 and 55. Decisions that felt small at the time. Monthly contributions that felt optional. Raises that got absorbed into lifestyle. Accounts that never got opened because there was always something more urgent. At 70, you cannot go back. You cannot recover lost decades of compound interest. You cannot undo 30 years of not starting. The math has already finished running. Whatever is in those accounts, or isn't, is the result. Not of bad luck, not of the economy, of the daily choices made by a younger version of you who had every intention of figuring it out later. Later is now. Later is always now, from the perspective of your future self. Here is what actually works. Start with whatever you have. Even $50 a month is not nothing. It is the beginning of a habit that will scale. Increase your contribution percentage every single time your income increases before the lifestyle adjusts. Automate everything. The money that leaves your account before you see it is the money you never learn to miss. Take every employer match in a 401k, every cent, because an employer match is an immediate 100% return on your contribution, and leaving it on the table is the most expensive thing you do all year. Understand the difference between saving money and investing money. Savings accounts protect money. Investment but you cannot retire on a savings account. And the most important thing of all, start today. Not Monday, not when the debt is gone, not when the income is higher. Today. Because the version of you that waits one more year just cost your future self somewhere between $10,000 and $30,000 depending on your age. That's what 1 year costs. Not in stress. In actual dollars that compound interest would have created and now never will. CEO Failure's official position is that you should absolutely wait. Wait for perfect conditions. Wait until you feel ready. Wait until it makes more sense. The future is far away, and today's pleasures are real and immediate, and waiting is completely understandable. And that is precisely why so many people reach 70 with nothing. The uncomfortable thought I'm leaving in your head, and I want you to actually answer this in the comments, is this. If your 70-year-old self could send you one message right now, what do you think it would say? And are you listening to it? CEO Failure out. I've done my job beautifully today. Your future is looking wonderfully empty. You're welcome. But before I go on, one thing that I genuinely did not want to say, but the villain code requires honesty at least once per video. The reason most people don't save for retirement is not ignorance. Everyone knows they should save. Everyone has heard the advice. The real reason is something much harder to fix. It's the inability to feel a genuine emotional connection to your future self. Psychologically, Your 70-year-old self feels like a stranger, a different person, someone distant and abstract. And humans do not sacrifice for strangers. We sacrifice for people we love, people we can see, people who feel real. So when the choice is between something that feels good today and someone who doesn't feel real yet, today wins, every time. Without guilt. The financial industry knows this, and they have done almost nothing to fix it because the current system is enormously profitable. The therapy industry knows this. The behavioral economics field has studied it for decades. And you, sitting here watching a cartoon villain explain your finances, probably just recognized yourself in it for the first time. That recognition, that uncomfortable flash of "oh, that's actually why," that is worth more than any investment tip I could give you. Because you cannot change a behavior you don't understand. And you cannot build a future for a person you've never made feel real. Make your future self real. Give them a number. Give them a date. Give them a monthly contribution that says, "I see you. I'm coming. I haven't forgotten about you." Or don't. The empty account at 70 will be very consistent with the choice you make in the next 24 hours. I'll be watching.